The people are what matters in self-help housing. You know, they're trying to build a house and have a place to raise their families, and you know, an affordable place in Henderson County is not easy to come by. And so, you know, I'm glad that we're able to make that happen for people, you know, and allow families to have safe, affordable housing to live in this beautiful area.
Henderson County and Hendersonville is a place that attracts people from all over the country. They want to live here. It's a beautiful place to live. And I think when they drive through this town, most every neighborhood around here feels like it's a good, safe place to live.
When we started the program here in Henderson County, this area was unique in that the developers here wanted to focus on higher-end homes. We could not really find anyone who was willing to build affordable housing, and the affordable housing stock was diminishing.
If you are looking to own a home in Henderson County, I can't think of a better starting point than the self-help housing program. And not just because of the house that you get, but because of the community building skills that you get from working in a group setting and getting to know neighbors and learning a little bit about construction and just how the whole process works. I don't see there being any better option for someone who's starting out.
It's very important. I mean, it's, you know, these people that own their houses, no way they could have done it without this program. It's, I mean, we built a house one time for a girl that works at McDonald's at the drive-through window. I mean, you know, it's, I don't know any other way she could ever have a home, especially a new home.
I actually built a house through the self-help program 12 years ago. My wife and I built a home, and then once we had gone through the process, I kind of was looking for a change in career, and they were looking for another supervisor, and so I came on as a supervisor at that time, and been with them ever since. It's kind of important to have a stable place to live that you can call your own, that you don't have to bounce around, and you can kind of become accustomed and comfortable with, and you know, knowing your neighbors and all that stuff. I know that with my house, I don't have any plans of moving unless it gets too small, which, you know, when it does, I'll probably add on, because literally I'm totally happy where I'm at. I'm totally happy with the house. I love my neighbors, you know. And it's a comfort thing, you know. I don't feel like I'm being pressured to have to find something else all the time. You know, it's just one less thing that you have to stress about, because, you know, raising kids and just day-to-day life, you know, there's tons of stress, and it's just nice to know that the house is not one of those stresses.
Mike and Destiny, there were multiple things that we had to fall in place, and they actually did. You know, secure an income and time and employment.
But I'm gonna send all this stuff today, before the end of the day, and see if they make a decision before that. Okay. They have not said no.
Right.
Most of the time, when they're gonna deny someone, as soon as they get the reports back, they say, no, I'm sorry, we can approve you this time. Right now, what they're doing with you and some other people is getting a little more detailed information.
From the time we actually started working with Mike and Destiny, we figured out that it wouldn't work a specific way. Other things had to be figured out. So the need of more income, to show more income, the need of having that time in the employment. So like some families have to go and find a part-time job to boost up their earnings for, you know, the period that is required by the financial institution to be able to count that as income. So in Destiny and Mike's case, I believe she had to go work a second job because he was in college.
Like, I knew it would be hard for me to pick up that second job. I mean, especially with him in school and the kids, and we actually had to, you know, go and try and find daycare and things like that, and that, you know, that was a bump because it was hard to get the girls into daycare. I mean, it really was, because nobody had openings, and to place 2 kids, it was pretty difficult, but I mean, we did it, you know, and I'm just pretty much working. I mean, yesterday I worked pretty much from 10 till midnight. I mean, I opened at Sam's and closed at Sam's and then closed at McDonald's. So, I mean, it was a long work day, but, you know, it's doable. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you want it bad enough, you'll do it.
When we got married, we got married on Halloween, and we were wanting to do like a Batman themed, but we just couldn't find like a good costume. So we decided whenever we redo our vows, we're going to do Batman themed. So
it's the only thing I've ever really been drawn to. And once I saw the Batman character, that's where I got hooked at. So
I had a friend of mine who worked at the movie theater, and so he got me one of the really big Batman posters when the movie was just coming out. That's what I like about him. I mean, you're still a good guy, but you can kick some ass at the same time. Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's the process. So
Okay.
we're still not out of the woods, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
We still have a few steps to go through.
Keep going up.
Keep going up.
When Jenny came in, she came and said, well, this is my dream, but I don't know that I can accomplish it. She didn't think it could happen. We spent, the first time, if I remember correctly, close to an hour talking. That to me is the key. It's not so much about numbers, because I could go there and push people in, try to make them believe it's going to be good, but if I'm not sure that they're going to be successful, I will say, you're not ready today. Let's work a little longer. Let's work a little more. And that's what Jenny's case was. Is I don't know if this is good for me.
You know, his mama couldn't take care of him. And she struggled with all the children she had, so he came to live with me. And his dad, well, he came to live with his daddy, and then his daddy couldn't take care of him either. So he came to live with grandma, and he said he didn't want to go back. He wanted to stay with grandma. I had to make a goal for Head Start, and this year for my grandson, I went ahead and said I wanted to own a home within the next 5 years. And so she gave me Heido's name and number, and she told me to contact him, that they were looking for clients to do it. So we did. We paid off $2,000 in 2 months. I did extra work because I own my own business, a cleaning service, and I worked extra hours. My sister helped, and we recycled a lot of scrap metal and stuff to gather up money to pay the bills to get it done, and we did it. So here we are, waiting. Our papers are at the loan thing now, so we're waiting. So hopefully, and it's for my grandson. It is his mother and father were both meth heads, and when I got him, I'm gonna cry. When I got him, he was almost 2, and he weighed 16 pounds. He had no muscles, none. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. He literally was about dead. I like this one. But like I said, I gotta get it approved first.
Your snowman picture. Don't throw the bird flower. It's your little bird.
And their case was a little funny because I was looking through old files the other day, and they had actually sent an application in a year before I started really talking to them. I found an application from 2011.
How many have submitted applications?
About 6 or 7.
Okay.
But not everybody has been approved.
Yeah.
Some people have been said, you know what, everything looks good, great, but you just pay something.
Yeah.
This month you have to wait 6 months, and at the 7th month we give you that. I don't know. He was hard to read at the beginning.
Yeah, but hundreds of dollars over a 30-year loan on a $140,000 house is a drop in the bucket.
It is, but again, when I met Jane, it was kind of hard for me to read because I knew she was really into it. She was the one getting the information. She came several times and asked me questions, called me back, what do you mean by this and that? And then when she sold him into the idea, he came and I said to her, yeah, we can do this, and you know, it's your husband, he needs to be on the application and all that, and I need to meet with him. Let's not continue this process until I meet him.
As this one here would be fine there for the rest of her life. She can move in there and never move out. Whereas 10 or 15 years down the road, I want something bigger. I don't want neighbors.
See, I don't want something bigger because you don't clean.
Not huge. I'm not talking about a 2,000 square foot house.
Yeah, you are.
No.
He came and we talked and he kind of understood the program, but I think in the beginning he was still a little apprehensive of the program, but now I think he has changed.
I'm not complacent with my apartment. I probably will not be complacent with the house I'm building. It's not my dream house. I don't plan to be there forever, but in life you can't go from where I'm at to where I want to be in a single step. It's just not, unless I win the lottery, in which case then that'd be great and I could, but I can't get there from now to there, from here to there in any timely manner. I've probably got 15 or 20 years before I'm in a place in life where I am stable enough, I've been vetted in my job and making enough money to be able to do that. So the home is a great stepping stone for me.
As soon as you get your approval letter, you put your deposit, your $100 deposit, you pick your lot, and we put sold on it, and then you pick your house and all that, and then we start getting the docket process ready.
Okay.
Okay?
So
It's just been, everything is backwards.
we got married at the jailhouse in front of the judge magistrate at like 8 p.m.
And I was highly medicated after my surgery.
She was drugged pretty good. As far as the status change of being married, we were married before that.
And his mom paid for our wedding.
Yeah, my mom paid for our wedding in front of the judge. There's bulletproof glass between us and the judge magistrate. It was great. Yeah. Very, very, very white trash wedding, by the way. I'm definitely not gonna do it because you said so.
Go eat.
Sometimes my dad aggravates me and
You need that little push. So that's what I like to do. So that's what I do with my families here. And again, I call them my families for the time that they're building and trying to get into this, because they just need a little push. They have it within them to do it. It's just that they don't know. It's never me. It's never what I do. I just talk and say, hey, you got to do this, this, and that, and let's see if we can make it work. And then I put it together, or we put it together, and then it goes. Or if it doesn't, at that time, we try again, and we tweak it, and we make it happen. That's the process that we are expecting right now. So we still have to wait at least from the time you get approved, about 3 weeks to get the appraisal, and about a week to do the commitment, and then about 2 weeks after that to do the closing. So if you do the math, about a month and a half to 2 months to get the closing done.
Yeah.
When the construction will begin, that is not for sure yet. Now I need you to read what is inside of that envelope and tell me what you think.
That's awesome.
wow, we got approved, huh?
You did. Congratulations.
Oh, that's amazing! So I guess we can put our Money down?
Go to the bank as soon as you drop me
I
off,
have
please.
money.
Oh,
Okay.
do you? Oh, she's
You
got
take
money.
cash?
We take cash.
All right, see, I got this.
Okay.
She was ready.
All right.
That's awesome.
Hey, Hido, how are you?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm listening.
Can I help us?
Well, I did it right after I walked.
Okay. Okay.
He's very eat this morning. I'm
listening.
Good girl. Eat your banana. Oh, it looks like Miguel is doing his banana.
It goes right here.
Yeah.
I think it was his. Are you wide awake this morning?
Yeah.
You are? Oh, good.
Okay, but I know you can do it. I mean, you did amazing things in 6-8 months. So these little things, I know you're not gonna have any problem.
Darling, gorgeous, show the way to town. Just take me in and lay me down. 'Cause babe, I
Here's the last thing that they have requested. So I need you guys to read there and tell me what you think.
Oh, sweet. I was like, wait, what?
Congratulations. Now you can pick your lot and your house.
Not anxious at all. I am not a manual labor kind of guy unless it's on my card. So I'm not looking forward to this at all.
I'm kind of looking forward to it. I want a yard. I want more space. Yeah. Kind of interested to see how the whole thing comes together.
The house is going to be great. The yard's going to be great. Where it's going to be is going to be great because I got the lot I wanted. But I'm not looking forward to
He's
swinging
just
a
lazy.
hammer for 7 months.
I think he'll be fine. Yeah. He'll be fine.
I'll have to be. So I got no choice in the matter. That's not water dripping, by the way.
in the past.
It's nasty.
Kind of.
Yeah. Shouldn't be.
I don't sweat anywhere else other than my head. That is sweat. It's been doing that. Look, 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 look. It is wet. There's not a piece of this hat that ain't soaked.
They need smell-o-vision right now.
You know what'll happen is on the way home this will dry and you'll get the little salt bands, the little white crust marks all over it. It's great. I've always been a head sweater, that's why I have to have a hat.
I'm just gonna finish showering off here with the water hose.
I think about all of us wanted to kill Jeremy. Like, I mean, seriously, like, we threatened to, like, bring duct tape because he knows a little bit more about the process than we did. You know, we were all so tired because that's when I was working, you know, the 2 jobs, and he would just talk and talk and talk, and we'd just be like, Jeremy, just shut up. We want to go home. And
Fat, not a shake. Fat, not a shake.
well, I didn't get to see a lot of Crystal at first. I saw, well, because of course Jeremy's there, so he kind of steals the show, and it's kind of funny how, gosh, they go back and forth with each other. I mean, it is hilarious. They would just go like, and you're just like, how are they a couple? Because they just like bite each other's heads off.
Oh, he's never prepared, but yeah.
Whatever.
You're the least prepared person ever. What are you doing?
playing with my new ladder.
Well, I'm not gonna know how to operate that thing. No.
Push and turn, and then it swings up. Push and turn, and it swings up.
Sounds easy enough.
It's so funny, but you know, like I said, at the beginning, I don't know how we made it through Jeremy, but I guess we just kind of grew to love him because we can tolerate him now. But and we hang out now pretty much, pretty often. But they're so entertaining to watch. I don't know.
No street lights, no city lights. You're gonna be able to see the stars.
Holy crap.
I know. It'll be great.
Then forgot what stars look like.
You want to do the laser?
Yeah. She's like, yeah.
That's the intelligent part.
Lasers go pew pew.
Yeah, see? It's hard to get close to it.
This will have to be up pretty high.
Wait. Oh, well, see, I did all the hard work for you. Have Gary, check that.
I do measure and hang TVs for a living. A lot of this ain't much different from your normal every day, making sure something's level, put screws in, it kind of works. So it ain't too terribly different from what stuff I've done. That's not level though.
What? I'm still red. I'm still burnt. I'm peeling. Like, that's not even that bad. This is like, what, almost 2 weeks later?
A week and a half.
Week and a half later?
Crystal was red in the face like a cooked lobster.
Yeah, we were lobsters. Mike kept calling me his little lobster. It was bad.
My ears got burnt and they peeled pretty good.
Oh, my face was burnt. Yeah, it looked like about like his hat color. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Very
They're all
red.
future builders.
Of course, she had pants on, decided it was a good idea to roll her pants up because she was hot. Well, her legs were red like this.
It was so hot.
And see, we should get a little break here in the gap, and then it'll rain all day for the rest of it.
Oh boy.
It's not moving very fast. I mean, if it sits here, it's gonna rain all damn day.
Wow. Yeah, sorry I didn't do my Sundance.
It's your fault.
It's my fault, yeah.
According to the weather report, it's going to get worse. But we're going to hang around the house and see. If we get a chance, 15 minutes, we're going to go work for 15 minutes. But other than that, nothing we can do.
I'm gonna break my arm. I work hard.
Oops. Done. All right, go with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get it all.
It's wet. It's cold.
Wet and wild.
Every single.
Help where I can and do what I can. You know, usually it's Dusty and I doing the cleanup crew. Everybody else is doing the rest of the stuff. So it works.
Some of the stuff was harder for me to do, and especially like when it came to power tools, like just let the guys have power tools. Like we just kind of were like, all right, we'll go sweep. Like I don't know.
No. But that's okay. We can use those in here too. They're a lot sharper. Who told you to do it? Smart enough to do it?
That and over here.
Who?
That.
We'll need more. This ain't more. Nope. Now,
Sweat equity is when somebody comes out and they work on their home for 6 to 9 months, and the house appraises for approximately $185, and they pay $155, $160. The difference between those two numbers is the sweat equity that they earn.
Do I have to sign them pretty, or can I just sign them scribble like I do?
Well, they're gonna get scribbled for me regardless.
Well, Heido fussed at me because on my other paperwork, he's like, you have to sign it like your driver's license.
Oh
And now I
my
just
God.
scribble.
All right, so I think my driver's license looks like crap too.
So this one's ProBuild. If you go through the stack, there'll be an invoice from ProBuild. So that's what you're paying for. It's basically your rebar and all that stuff, and there'll be quite a bit from there because we get some lumber and blah blah blah.
So cutting on this side of the line, right? What color you want to paint it?
This
pink.
purple.
You want purple? How did I know y'all wouldn't agree?
Mommy, you can fix all the colors.
We can pick all the colors?
Purple. Yeah. Mommy, I want pink right here.
Okay.
And orange and green and purple. And then purple will be right here.
Let's put them next to our sign. Okay, that'll work.
Well,
it's okay. You can leave on top of it.
I don't want nobody to take them.
Nobody will take it.
Oh my God, you might want to put it in the shop. Daddy gave Mommy his cold. Y'all want to go get pancakes?
Yeah.
Pancakes. I ran over a mailbox.
That's probably it.
all right, pull forward.
So like I get down to the end, and so I like stop, and I just felt like everything shifted in the back of the truck, and apparently that was me hitting the mailbox, and I didn't know. But yeah, so I go back up there, and they're like, Sean's like, you could have stopped before you hit her mailbox, and I was like, I hit her mailbox? I was like, what? And just so happens we look down there and she's home, and she's going to check her mail. And so I look, and like it just looks like the mailbox was like angled just a tiny bit. And I was like, oh good, it's fine, you know. So she like turns it, and it just shatters like in her hands, like into like every which way it could go, it just shatters onto the ground. I was like, crap. And I was like, what do I do? We're all up there like, I mean, about peeing ourselves laughing so hard. I mean, it was great. I mean, it just looked like a practical joke. It just looked like it exploded. And I was like, what do I do? And he's like, you better go talk to her. Ugh. I'm telling you, some of this stuff gets heavy, and you'll laugh at us trying to throw it in here. One day we just gave up, and we just set it all along here and made the guys come up here. We were like, forget it. Ugh. Yeah. Ooh. It gets dirty too. Whoop.
What I want to know is that the entertainment center that I'm giving you, is it going in here?
I don't know. I don't know where anything's going yet, honestly. I mean, we're gonna have that table.
So you should probably.
And I was thinking about putting the computer desk in here.
That board was for this piece right over here. Yeah.
A little late now, I think.
A
little late now.
Let's see if it's too long. Not the middle one. The middle one's short.
Yeah, it is.
But that one, that's one I want to. Long enough for that one?
Now it's too short.
Okay. We'll just have to get another board for that, I'm sure.
Got it.
Ain't it? Yeah. Okay. All right, now let's use this. Just adjust it where you want it. No more. No, just run your other flush right there, just like that one is.
that with hard work, we all can have nice things. And someday, when I'm dead and gone, it will be his. You know, between him and Joseph, that they can live there until they decide which one's good married and going on. And then, you know, but mostly it's for Vance to show him this is what you can do. And Joseph knows. Joseph's been around me, you know, for 10 years, and he knows with a lot of Mama's been a long ways. And his daddy died when he was 10 months old in a car accident. And when he died, I went through a major depression. I was suicidal. I was, you know, kind of just lazy, didn't want to work, didn't want to do nothing. Joseph, when I seen his face all the time, it's just like, it's time, Jenny, you gotta wake up. He's why God gave you him. Because I was like 39. I was 39, and God gave me this baby. And I was like, this is why he gave it to you, to keep on going. So that's why I wake up every morning now, because I see them two little faces. Wow. And the smiles and the tears and the hard work, yeah. You know, it is hard work, but it's well worth it. I've been living in the same house now for 8 years. And the house is full of mold and mildew. The septic leaks under the house. I mean, you can literally smell the septic coming up out of the bathroom half the time. My son, which is 10, has asthma problems now because of the mold. And he's taking shots every week for allergies and mold and all this other stuff that he's allergic to now. And if I move my stuff out of the house, it's going to fall. I know it is.
Okay. So here's a couple things that they're asking and they're telling you there. So read that and tell me what you think. Okay?
Okay. That's the amount they're going to go with.
Yep. And that's enough.
That's enough for what I want. I can tell you now.
Yeah.
Now.
So that's what it is. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now I knew it had to be something. I figured you tell me it's going to be bad news.
No.
Because I was going to say forget it. I'm going to go double wide now. I was.
No.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You did a lot of hard work.
You did the hard work.
You did it. I just told you things that you may be able to do.
You know, you just told you. Your house. Right here. Look. He's the one that asked something.
Yeah.
You're going to build that house. He's going to build it for you.
We're going to get that.
That house right there.
That house.
Look at it and see. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Jenny, she's a very amazing lady. She has impressed a lot in my mind and my memories, and I think this is one of the few clients that will always stay in my head. I've seen pretty amazing things that she has accomplished to be able to make it happen. And actually, she was actually denied the first time. And yes, she was upset, she was sad, but she's like, that's not gonna keep me down. What do I need to do? And she actually said, well, what do I need to do? It's like, this is not gonna keep me down. I'm gonna make it happen, and I'm gonna make it happen. And she did. And she can probably explain exactly the things that she did or she didn't do, but she impressed so much on me because of what she accomplished. And she's one of those people that I was saying, don't give me a handshake. You give me a hug because, you're part of me, my family.
Mike and Destiny, it was kind of a glimmer of hope, with their story coming up to building this house and the journey that they had to take to obtain it. I think that was a nice, you could definitely see some weight lifted off of their shoulders. Finally, we're in a stable home where we know our kids can grow up happily. And, that was the biggest change. It's always nice to see the people at the end, because I know, gosh, when I built for 14 months, it wore on me and my wife, and it's just stressful because you go to work every day, okay? Then you get off work, and then you go to the job site and you work some more. And it's a pretty long process, and you're dealing with people who are gonna be your neighbors. Sometimes you get along with them, sometimes you don't, but you have to be there. And once you get to the end of the process and you move into your house, most of that stuff just goes away. It's like I remember standing on my front porch and just looking out and being like, man, it's such a feeling of accomplishment, because you know that you had a huge role in getting that house. You were out there and working 15 hours a week for some, in my case, it was 14 months of my life going out there. And it's just a great feeling to know that you worked so hard and now you see the fruits of your labor. I saw that reaction in Mike and Destiny, and I actually saw that reaction in Jeremy. I know going into it, he was always looking to the future and looking for bigger and better things, and this is a stepping stone to get where I want to be. But, there's a little bit of comfort there now. I think that stereotypically a program like this, is not somebody's final destination, but it can be, and it can be comfortably. So yeah, I think that Jeremy was very happy with the end result, and I knew he was going to be hard to please, but I think that we actually did it. So
I have learned things, and I've learned things about myself. So definitely, it's hard to quantify some of it, but I do feel better for doing it, for doing the whole process. And if you go back and look at some of the previous interviews I've done, I'm fat, lazy, and don't want to do manual labor, but you know what? It's not been an issue. Come in here and work my butt off, sweating hard and getting stuff done. So, it's all good.
But that's just on the cost, when you're broke, you're broke, That's why, this house is so good because, we're actually getting a house cheaper than rent is. Like, we've had a rent increase at our apartments since we started building on the house here. And it's gonna make the cost, like, if we weren't moving here, we'd probably have to move out of the apartments because of the rent increase. So, it's gonna be cheaper to live here than to live at the apartments, and we're gonna own it.
I think that the growth and change that people experience does stay with them, even if a structure doesn't. And I think that is something that they can take with them into the rest of their lives.
Yep. It's fun. Don't let Heido scare you into thinking it's a whole bunch of really hard work. You're gonna go home sore and all that, like he told us.
Okay, first day.
But you know what? It's not that bad. Get in here, get work, get the stuff done.
Wear
and it's all right.
sunscreen.
Yeah, wear sunscreen if you're fair skinned.
I think they walk away, whether they realize it or not, and I think a lot don't even realize it. I think they walk away with a belief in themselves and a sense of accomplishment, and a realization that, again, they can probably take on the next greatest challenge.
already home.